For 2025, the Ford F-150 did get some good news for the Lariat trim. The not so good news is found in the interior. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to ask for Diego. Let's go ahead and check out the window stickers so you guys see options and features on this build. At the very top is a description with the colors. So this is space white metallic. Here's a short listing of the standard equipment. And then here are all the options. So just keep in mind, this is a 501A equipment group for $2670. 355 max tow package with a locker out back. Lariat black appearance package for $1250. Mobile office for $555. Tow haul package. A lot of features on this one. FX4. And then this has the bed utility package, which gives you the Pro Access tailgate. Base price comes in at $63,260. Destination is $1,995 with a total price of $74,020. So here's the good news. For 2025, the Ford F-150 Lariat did get a price decrease if you get the 500A equipment group, which is standard. It's like $2,235 cheaper than the outgoing model years. Now, obviously, when you get the 501A equipment group, it just adds more money to it, and therefore this truck gets really expensive once you start adding the options. But this one has a ton. As you guys saw, you had the black appearance package, which I personally like. It does black out the front grille, paints the front bumpers, gives you all this finished in black down below with black recovery hooks. This one also has the active grille shutters and like the white lettering on the Ford badge, and you have a camera right there. Here's that hood. If you don't remember, this truck did get a refresh for 2024, so you're not going to see much changes on the body. This one does have the projector style LED headlights, reflective style LED fog lights, and the front parking sensors are right there. I like this new color too. Here's a quick peek at the suspension. So you have double wishbone, coilover setup here, independent. That steer knuckle is going to be aluminum. And you can see some of your skid plates down below too. A little bit of protection for the engine. And that transfer case I can see down in the center. And then here are your tires. 20-inch wheel. And these are the Hankook Dynapro AT2s. 275/60/20. And if you care to see the capacity, it's 2,679 pounds at 51 PSI max. I will show you the payload here in a second. And the wheel well, they do give you that fabric material, which makes it a little bit easier to clean out. Now here's a side view. No chrome when you get that black appearance, and that's what people still like. I know a lot of people complain about having the blackout, but chrome was in for a long time. Black appearance might be in for a little bit longer. Here are the mirror caps. You have those tow mirrors. You can see some of your accent lights. Blind spot, these are heated. This one's not. Smart key system. You have those pretty much wheel-to-wheel running boards down below. And then this is the standard bed. You do have a longer bed option. In my humble opinion, if I were getting the max tow package, I would just go ahead and get the longer bed simply because you're going to have better stability. So just keep that in mind if you're building your truck. You have the FX4 badge right there. And what is this, a 36-gallon fuel tank? I haven't done a Ford F-150 video in so long, I forget. They don't provide a liner out back. And then here's your suspension. You have that shock absorber. And you have those 3 leaves, that bottom one being a helper spring. They do e-coat the framing on the Ford trucks. And then here is the rear. Dual exhaust. And they give you like a matted finish on them too. Let's get a little bit closer so you can see that. You have those parking sensors, class 4 hitch. They give you a 7 and 4 pin for the trailer right here. Incandescent lights for your license plate, but they give you full LED for the tail lights. They also provide a light down below here. let's go ahead and drop this down. This is going to be powered. They do provide some storage on the side. And then on this side, you have just 400 watts of power, 120 volt. Bed lights, no camera above. You do have a power sliding glass with defrost. This does have the workstation on the tailgate. And if you want to put it up, you can just use your knee to do so. Now this does have the Pro Access tailgate, so if you are hooked up to a trailer, it does open this way too, just like that. And it does make it easier to pull things out too. Now just below, there's your spare tire. So it's just a donut style. And this one has that 355 locker rear end. And then here's just a side view of the truck. Now most people know that the 5-liter Coyote comes standard in Lariat. Unfortunately, we never see that powertrain because dealerships will not order that for stock. So if you're someone who wants that engine, you're gonna have to order it. Now this 3.5-liter EcoBoost does put out pretty impressive horsepower and torque. 400 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. It's aluminum construction, it's port indirect injection, and it is a good powertrain. It has a 10-speed transmission behind it. If you don't know, that was actually co-developed with GM. And so when it's all said and done, this powertrain is more reliable. I spoke to one of the master techs here, and he said that he hasn't seen any engines from 2021 on come into the shop. So that should be a good sign that they've fixed a lot of the quirks in this engine. For 2025, you don't see a change really on the door here. This is pretty much a carryover. All this is soft touch. You have all your same controls, so you have your 3 seat memories, power door lock controls, power tow mode for both sides, power folding mirrors. You have auto up and down just for the front windows, door handles inside there. And all this is soft touch. You have like a gray stitch there, hard plastic down below, but a lot of storage. But here's the not so great news depending on who you're talking to. You don't have, as they call it, real leather seats anymore. You have what's called fox leather, vegan leather, but not real leather. Now I did a video on the Super Duties. This vegan ActiveX leather, whatever you want to call it, this is more durable compared to the outgoing. So I think for some people, this might make more sense overall, but you can see right there you have that gray piping. It's still perforated, so there's not a lot of changes in the design. The only thing they did take away also was the little chrome trimming that they were accustomed to giving on this one. You also don't have a power steering column anymore, so as I said, not so great news on this one. But it did go down $2,235, so you can't beat that. Auto stop start is right there, and this is kind of all restyled too. You still have power pedals down below, electronic parking brake right there, and then here's that dash. Grab handle on this side and on the passenger side. And check that out. Ford Performance. Almost thought this was a Raptor, just for a second. And then right here, all this is soft touch and great design for this storage. And down below, you have some open storage right there, 12 volt and 120 volt power plugs. Now on this side, you do have an 8-way seat. On that side you have a 10-way, and that's including the lumbar support. Out back, same story, not many changes. In the rear, you have these all-weather floor mats, 60/40 bench. You still have that same collapsible storage. And on the 2025 Super Duties, they took away the 12 volt that was here, but it looks like they kept it for the F-150s. So you have your 2 Type-C USBs, 120 volt power plug. So yeah, you have a bunch of power plugs in these trucks, flat floor surface. In the center here, you do have your cup holders also. You have that power sliding glass with defrost. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver. Here's some of the controls on the steering wheel. And some of the accent around it. More of that gray stitching. You have your 12-inch display. If you put it in reverse, you have the 360 camera view. Now you probably can notice that they did take away your buttons up here, so you only have 2 up top. Hopefully you can see them. Okay, and then some of them migrated down below. Dual climate control, heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. They did restyle some of this too for the interior. And when you slide it, you have your wireless charger, 2 USBs. As you guys saw, you have your, what was it, your mobile office. I get all the names mixed up. But yeah, this pops down and you can put your laptop up here, or you can have lunch up here if you're traveling or something like that. You guys see those cup holders in the rear. And this just slips back up. You guys see you have a locker, 4-wheel drive auto, and they give you multiple drive modes. So let's see, you have sport, eco, tow haul, normal, slippery, off-road, and then rock crawl. So wow, they give you rock crawl even on a non-trimmer Raptor truck too. So you have a 12-inch display here and there. You guys see your trailer brake. And on this screen, they do give you a lot of nice features. My View gives you everything you want to see in just one menu, because it's cumbersome to go through each menu, right? So just set it up yourself and you get what you want. Now, one thing I would definitely put in there are the gauges, because they give you these measurements for the temperatures. You do have an option at the very top to put a turbo boost gauge up there, and you can set all that up through settings. They also have a vehicle maintenance tab too for your tire pressure, oil life, where you can check on all that stuff. This one does not have heads-up display. On the roof, one thing I noticed getting in here is they give you a black liner. On the Super Duties they don't. Home links up here. You also have a place for your sunshades. You can slide that rear glass. They still provide the LED lighting for the interior. Vanities are still there with LED lights too. But all in all, this is a really nice truck. I think that for the money, it's really hard to beat, you know, a Ford pickup truck. They don't normally have the biggest discounts, but hey, at the end of the day, that's a good thing sometimes, because discounts can kind of depreciate a car quicker. So last thing I'll show you guys is here. You have your center console with that storage, removable tray. Let's go ahead and check out the Payload. Front gross axle weight rating is going to be 3,525 pounds. The rear is 4,150, and that's because of that max trailering package. Gross vehicle weight rating is 7,100 pounds. Your wheels are going to be 20 by 8.5 wide, and that axle code is an L5. All in Payload is 1,534 pounds. You guys see the tire pressure, 35 psi all the way around. Hope you guys liked the video. I do like this new color. These colors are very popular, like that, what do you call it? It's like those off blues, off gray colors. Was it Nardo gray? Is that what they call it? Everyone has their own name for it, but yeah, Nardo gray is like, seem to be the, I think that's how you say it, Nardo? Nardi? I don't know. If I'm saying it wrong, just make fun of me in the comment section, as you always do. But yes, I do like this color for sure. And hey, let's see how the F-150s do this year. I mean, right now, Ram has a refreshed truck for 2025. GM is still kind of rocking on with what they had. Toyota is unchanged, so we'll have to see how this truck performs in the marketplace. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.